Good afternoon. I decided to get back on camera again, even though I don't consider myself camera ready. I just woke up from a nap and came back from a walk. I went on a walk and tan, and I've been doing that now for about 2 years. There's a tanning salon by my house, and I was always against going to tanning beds for a lot of reasons. When they first came out, I was a teenager and I had no access to one. The only way I could get a tan was to lay out in the sun with a bottle of baby oil, and if I was lucky, a bottle of copper tone sun tanning oil, which was $8 at the time, which was a lot of money at the time. Still is, but even more so then. It may as well have been 100. It was a lot of money to me at the time. But now going tanning is money, and it's money that I don't need to spend. But when I don't go on those, I say daily walks. I don't go every day. I aim to, but the salon is closed on Sunday, so Sunday's a guaranteed day that I can't tan. But lately I've been walking to visit my mom, who's 1 mile away. She's staying at a nursing home nearby, so I can walk and visit my mom, but found that she's very disappointed when I have to leave sooner than normal because I have to walk back. So I either have to time it differently, but either way, it's 45 minutes of walking versus, if I could drive, I could be there in a minute, 5 minutes with a hot chocolate or whatever. But I also found that when I don't go on these walks outside, even though it's only a 15-minute walk that I do when I go tanning, I notice a dip in my mood. I believe it's the lack of sunlight. I think that sunlight and fresh air are very important, and that a lot of us are deprived of that from working indoors or just staying indoors, which is something I tend to do. And I've noticed the more you do anything, the more you want to do it, whether it's eating, sleeping, watching TV. It seems the more you do it, the more you want to do it. And that is another reason that I have put so much time and energy into studying hypnosis, because so much of our habitual actions are run by our subconscious mind, and things that we don't think about, we just do it automatically. We just do it like it's a habit. And for me, depression, negative thinking, catastrophizing, all of that's very habitual. That's very it's an ingrained pattern. It's a habit. And I remember my dad saying many years ago about my mom, who was hospitalized for severe depression multiple times. I remember my dad saying that she was comforted by depression, that it comforted her. It was safe, that she would rather be depressed and kind of hidden away than to be out there and make a spectacle, a fool of herself, or as he said, go loony toony, to act crazy. I didn't really see my mom. We didn't have alcohol in the home, so there was no getting drunk, cutting loose. Everything was very, it was rigid. I didn't want to use that word, but things were very rigid, at least when I was very young. My parents had 6 children, and we say they came in batches of 3. We had my older sister, me, and my younger brother, and then about a 6-year gap, and then they had another boy and 2 girls. So my youngest brother and my 2 younger sisters. And my dad called it his second crop. It's like, Dad, don't call it that. I know we grew up on a farm, but don't call it that. It just doesn't sound right. But the difference in how the first 3 were raised versus the last 3 was pretty evident, at least to the first 3, because, the oldest, the first generation, I guess, the first crop. But our parents were younger and more inexperienced. They say once you've had 3, anything beyond 3, it's like, because by then the other 3 can help. And I realized that I definitely took on the mother role pretty young. I wanted to. I took it on myself at probably age 11. 11 was when I really got to practice being a mom. I got to hold my little sister, and I was allowed to take care of her, to get her dressed in the mornings, to feed her, to change her diaper. All of the stuff that you would do for a baby, I was allowed to do for my sister. So I don't know why I got on that topic. I was wanting to talk about depression, since that's been my biggest struggle, I think, has been depression, or just the effects of negative thoughts and what that does to you. And you start avoiding the things you know are going to make you feel better. Right now I'm reaching for water. I need water. And that's good that I'm actually drinking it, because those are the little things that I start neglecting when those thoughts turn negative. Self-deprivation is something I just won't drink. I just won't eat. I just won't talk. I'll just stop doing everything. Then I can't mess up. It is almost an act of refusing to live. Like, I just won't do anything. I won't, well, you have to breathe, but I'll just breathe less. I'll just do everything less, or not at all, and just avoid it and stop. And it is thinking, like, if I hold still enough, it'll be over. It'll be over soon. But thankfully that doesn't last forever. Even if I don't do anything to actively fight depression, which, I believe in that expression, what you fight against makes stronger, because you're feeding it energy. When you focus on something, it gets more in focus, more prevalent, more relevant, more in the front of what's going on. Your reality is what you're experiencing. So I noticed that, I've been reviewing my failures in life as far as relationships are concerned. I've had more than one failed marriage, and more than that, of failed relationships in general. And decided to take a new approach and say, well, I'll just be single. Then it can't happen again. Then I can't blame someone else if I'm not happy. I can't say that it's their fault that I'm stuck or not doing what I really want to do, But I found that even without a husband, even without a partner, even just being single and living alone, I can still do it. I can still behave the exact same way, as feeling like I need the permission of someone else, or I'm going to have to answer to somebody else. So I haven't figured it out yet. I think I've got it. Every time I think I have it figured out, and I was like, yes, I'm on top of the world. I'm doing it. I'm never going to be sad again. I'm never going to be depressed again. And then boom. I'm like, why? I thought, well, maybe that's just the ebb and flow of life, and it's never really going to stop. You're just going to have different ways of coping with it, The one thing you can be confident will happen again is change. Whatever you're feeling right now, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, it's not forever. Those feelings will change. That's a guarantee. That's pretty much the only guarantee you have. Even if you fight to hold on to it, sometimes I'm like, you know what, I will fight to stay this way, just I'm not even going to try to bust out of this rut I'm in. I'm just going to stay here. Eventually I get out of it. Eventually something spurs me into action. I've noticed my job can do that. Tending to other people's needs is just what I've done for so long that it's comfortable. And it gets me out of that feeling sorry for myself. So sometimes I do that just to, I don't know. Well, because I feel like you have to. You can't completely lay down and give up forever, even though it feels like that's what's going on when you're in a state of depression. It feels like a long nap that you just want to keep, that you can't never really fully wake up from. You're still kind of sleepwalking. You even look tired, and my eyes look very tired. My contacts I need new contacts, and I'm avoiding buying them because I have to tell the eye doctor that I don't want the new prescription, the different brand, because they're way more, like more than 3 times as expensive as what I had last year. So I'm avoiding doing that, but I am intending to do it tomorrow. So next video, my eyes will not look this tired. I will be more bright-eyed. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, as the expression goes. But at that, I'm going to go ahead and shut this off and give it a watch. I'll see you tomorrow.